Hi guys. All right, I'm going to show you guys how to do this assignment for today. Now this is blending forms. Now I want you guys to make a 6-box value scale, okay, and then label them too. 6 is the darkest, 1 is the lightest, okay? Then I want you to draw the light source in the right corner here, all right? I want you to draw a cone, a circle, which is going to be a sphere, and a cube, okay? So you're going to draw the square first, angle it towards this corner, and then connect them with straight horizontal and vertical lines to do that, okay? The next step, all right, is to break up your forms into sections for value. So for my circle, because the light source is here, I curve this section and that's gonna make it so that's the highlight. Then I'm gonna curve it again and again, all right? And I want you guys to draw these sections, but draw them lightly. For the cone, I drew these lines coming downward, all right? And make sure you draw your cast shadow. Your cast shadow is always gonna be a 6, and it's always gonna be on the opposite end from your light source, okay? Now, for your cube, it's going to be a little bit different. You're gonna have diagonal sections on this side, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2 in this corner, to 1 over here, because the light source is coming down. 2 goes here, 1 goes there, 6 is the darkest. So in this sphere here, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the cast shadow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the cast shadow. Now you do need to erase your numbers, do not forget, and you're gonna lightly erase your sections, okay? Because you want to do this gradually and smoothly, all right? So I'm going to start with my sphere and I'm gonna color it in, or block it in. Now I have a darker pencil, so you can always use that too. Some of you guys might have some nice drawing pencils and you can use those. If not, just use a regular wood pencil and that works perfectly. So this one's supposed to be the darkest, so that's not this one here. And you're just gonna shade that in. I'm gonna shade my 6 in here. Now I'm not gonna see my number, so I'm not gonna erase it. This is gonna be dark enough. You are gonna go out and smooth them later. You don't have to do that now. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my 5. All right, and I'm just gonna really block in that section with that right value. I'm gonna go with my 4. And my 3, which is I'm in the mid-tones now. I'm like kind of in the middle here. So now I have to really start to lighten. You'll probably need to erase your 3 and your 2 and definitely your 1. Now I do my 2, and I'm not even going to touch the 1. I'm not going to touch the 1 because I'm going to show you a way to create the 1 without having to actually put the pencil down. All right, so it's going to look streaky at first, but I'm going to show you a way to smooth it out. This needs to get a little darker. Okay, so you can barely see my sections, but I know my sections already. So this is called a blending stub. Not all of you might not have it, but that's okay. You can use your finger. You can use, roll up a piece of paper. You can use paper towel and cover your finger and use it. But when you use these, you just want to smooth out your value. You can go in circles, or you can go back and forth. Now I'm going to push that lead into the next section because you want them to be gradually changing to get lighter. See how it's nice and smooth now? Now I'm going to lighten my pressure on the blending stub because I don't need all that lead that's built up on it. So now I'm just going to go in circles, smooth it out. I'm gonna press lighter because we're getting real light now. We're getting in a 2, so now I don't want it to have so much pigment or graphite. Okay, so now what you could do, you could take your pencil, not your pencil, your finger, and you just wanna blend it, and then take your eraser and just kind of dab it, so you want it to be like a nice big highlight, but you don't want it to have a line that separates the shadows. See, like right here, I probably need to dab a little bit more. And if you have a kneaded eraser, that would be a perfect time to have one of those, but you guys aren't with me to get one. So I might go back, and you want it to be gradual. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna blend my cast shadow. Okay, that's how you can do the sphere. I don't like that mark here, so I might pick up my eraser and blend that back out. Okay, all right, now for the cone. I'm gonna use the 5 here, and you guys are just gonna go straight through these sections. And I'm gonna get a little bit lighter. I might need to start erasing these actually. 4. 3. 2. And I'm gonna erase this one line because you're not really gonna need it. You'll have enough lead to make your one. There you go. All right. Now I'm gonna use my blending stub, or you can use your finger or a paper towel, and you're just gonna gently blend these so you don't see a line that breaks up the section. Want them nice and smooth, but I want you guys to still have all of your values. And I'm gonna darken my cast shadow. All right, and then I could brighten it up. Always go back and brighten up your highlights because they get very muddy. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna do the cube here. So this is gonna be diagonally. See, I'm kind of going in circles, and then I'm kind of doing it all at once with my pressure, and that's kind of what makes it nice and smooth. Here we go, and I'll erase these because I already know what they are. Three. And then I'm going to erase this mark here because it's not supposed to be there. Okay. Then this one is going to be a 2 to a 1. So when I mean 1, it could literally be white too. I'm just going to lightly do this right in that corner. Just fan it out. Same thing with this one. That one's small enough I could leave. All right, now I'm going to start the blending. I want to make my edges sharp, so I always go left to right, and then now I'm going to go ahead and start my blending. Lightening my pressure as I get lighter. And you could switch your directions so you don't see the lines as much. All right, so see how dark it got? What you can do is then use a finger that's not so dirty and blend the rest so that it doesn't turn one value and the light doesn't get too dark. All right, and then you can wipe off your finger and brighten up these highlights here. Because what happens is if you use something to blend it, a lot kind of accrues right on the tip, and you don't want that. I'm gonna lighten this area here with my finger. There we go. This one's kind of on the streakier side, but I have paper that's like watercolor paper, so it's super thick, so it's not gonna look as smooth as I want you guys to get, or I can get usually. And then I'm going to block in my cast shadow. Okay, so I can keep going back and working with it to smooth it out, but I think you guys get the point. And then what we're gonna do is take a picture and turn this assignment into me. All right, good luck.